I would request our next participant, and I will invite Dr. Shabeer Sarwar, Associate Professor, Punjab University, Lahore, to come on stage and share his valuable thoughts about media and contemporary world issues. Dr. Shabeer Sarwar, is he with us? I think.
Thank you very much. My mentor, Professor Dr. Shahzadi, honorable guest speakers, academicians, journalists, media students, thank you very much. Since I am a journalist turned academicians, so I have enlisted some of the contemporary media problems, and I will try to summarize within the given time period. So first of all is media ownership and control. So like in the many countries, and as was feared when media was launched, media conglomerates and media chains, the owners, the few number of owners have control over the information system, and they build the narrative, and they set the agenda, and they build the narrative, what to think and what to not think about. So this is one of the issue. And even in case of Pakistan, on metro journalism or district level reporting, some owners have managed to establish multiple channels in various cities, and they are now managing the information and control over the system. So I'm talking about the national the media. However, there are other media channels, other magazines, newspapers, they are also contributing to the pluralism of the society. Since the conglomerates and chains, they build their own narrative, and other small scale newspapers and magazines follow the trend they establish actually. So this has further then dependence upon the government advertisements, around 60% government advertisement depending, this is also an issue. So and the government directly control the media due to the public sector advertisements. Then censorship and control, especially in case of Pakistan after May 9 incident, there is a lot of censorship, and there is a lot of self-censorship. So self-censorship has increased manifold after this incident, and this continued until and have a large impact on the election as well. Then another important aspect, gap between mass media, academia and industry. So the media is changing and developing at a very fast pace. However, the curriculum development and curriculum changes and revamping are not being made at a par with the pace of the rapid changing and advancement in the media industry. So this is a challenge for the academia, for the universities, for mass communication departments to take up the challenges and fastly changing media industry, especially digital media challenges, AI challenges, to revise the curriculum and come up at par with the needs of the society. Mass communication departments in the country produce a large number of media graduates every year, and it seems that the traditional media, I mean newspapers, television, are saturated to a large extent. So now the space is there in the digital media and in the social media. So we need to train our youth especially for this space. Another problem is anyone can practice journalism. Like in case of doctors, they first do MBBS and then get a license from the Pakistan Medical and Dental Council, and in case of lawyers, they also get license from bar councils, and in case of engineers, they first complete education and then get license from Pakistan Engineering Council. but anyone can practice journalism, even a doctor, even an engineer, even a retired military personnel. So this is an issue, and this is a problem for our mass communication graduates. And this is also a problem for the media ethics, because those who are entering the field of journalism without having the mass communication degree, maybe they are having a degree of Urdu literature or English literature, and they are good in writing or speaking, but they do not know about the libel, about the slander, about the defamation, about the media ethics, media laws. So they create problems for the society, as well as they create problems for the jobs and employment of the media graduates. Then another thing is blurring boundaries between news and views. Traditionally, mass media, especially newspapers, have designated spaces for the op-ed and for the news. But now we see mainstream newspapers, including Daily Jang and other newspapers, have started publishing views along with the news, even on the front pages. So this is a challenge, and this is an issue as well. More dependence on PR and press releases, handouts. Washington Post bureau chief once said that in US, a good number of more than 50% news reports and pictures are actually based on the work of the public relations officer. So this is in case of the developing countries like Pakistan, India and other countries, this dependence is even more. I can say that 60 to 70% dependence is upon the content actually created by the PR practitioners. So some of journalists, editors, sub-editors work on these press releases, handout, and they just omit the adjectives and the very praiseworthy words for those secretaries, ministers and etc. on whose behalf these press releases or handouts have been issued, but others might publish as such. So this is a problem, that this is journalism actually, and there is a lot of dependence upon the PR content. And this actually there should be original content creation and more investigative journalism, more data journalism and more development journalism. Then another issue is less focus on development communication and more focus on political communication. Around 60 to 70% communication and reports, views, news are based on actually political communication. We are a developing country, and and the rest of space is actually covered by the business journalism, sports journalism, and then infotainment and entertainment. So this is an issue that development communication, like I would quote example, that on every Wednesday, Dawn used to give a full page education page, but now somehow it has vanished from last 5 years. And then there were special pages for environment and another health, and many newspapers have omitted this practice, and now development and other thing is less, and political communication is more on the agenda of the media. Even infotainment programs in the prime time of the Pakistan television, which starts at 11 a.m., most of the infotainment programs are based on the political mimicry of the politicians and other things. So our nation has been so much adapt to the political communication that even we are getting entertainment about the mimicry of the politicians. So development communication is missing on the agenda. This should be focused. Then dependence upon international news agencies. This is very much, and top 3 news agencies, AFP, Reuters, AP, they are building narrative. And even in case of some drone attacks in bordering areas, the report comes from AP or AFP that 2 terrorists have been killed and so, but next day local people report that actually these were innocent children or women who were attacked in such attacks. So very heavy dependence upon the international news agencies, and this is because of the less number of reporters, especially in those particular bordering areas. Less focus on development communication, I have already mentioned. So, investigative journalism, data journalism, this is also missing, and statement journalism is somehow more focused. Statements of the ministers, statements of the various dignitaries. So, this is also an issue. In journalism, we say that occurrences are more important than utterances. So, occurrences are basically the events, and utterances, I mean statement journalism. We have only one English television news channel at the moment, which is state-run, PTV World, and the channels which were started earlier, including Indus News, Geo English, Dawn News, Express 24/7, they ultimately resolved